let's talk about movies. So today I want to talk about Savages, 2012. I know it's been a while. Huh? I watched that movie recently with my girlfriend, and I personally quite enjoyed it. I thought it was a good roller coaster down a highway that then blows up. Now, what's the movie about? You've got this throuple, this kind of three-person couple with Blake Lively, Aaron Taylor Johnson, and another guy. And apparently he was in John Carter. Anyways, they're together. The two guys, they're drug dealers, but they make the best weed. Apparently, one of them is this hardcore ex-military guy. The other one is more of a soft guy. He's more of a like kind of into botany and peace and like a bit of a hippie, right? Then what happens is you've got Salma Hayek's character, who is the leader of this big cartel, um, and her kind of second in command sort of guy, who's played by Benicio del Toro. And they kidnap Blake Lively because the guys actually don't want to do business with them. They like, oh, we want out. We'll give you the business. We'll give you our kind of drug business and such, and then we don't want to do this, right? But she wants them to make it because they're the ones that know how to make the recipe and so right. Um, so they kidnap Blake Lively's character and they force them to work for them. Now, of course, the guys don't just work for them. They don't just kind of take this lying down. They actually fight back, in their own sort of way. And it follows both their struggle to get their girlfriend back and also the other characters. So, like, it follows, Blake Lively's character, Salma Hayek's character, Benicio del Toro's character, and John Travolta's character, who's like a detective, right? And I found it interesting, first of all. I don't know what that voiceover was at the beginning of the movie. Whatever Blake Lively voicing over what's happening, sort of narrating. We get into the movie and you see there's kind of depth to these characters, which I quite liked. I think the guy that plays the kind of ex-military boyfriend, he's a bit flat as an actor, but I think the other ones are doing a very good job. I think Salma Hayek is doing a fantastic job. It's one of her more serious roles, definitely. And similarly with Benicio del Toro, I think he is probably the best, not the best character, but the best acted character in this movie because he is a piece of shit in the movie. He is awful. He is despicable. He's sinister, completely uncomfortable to watch. Right, whenever he's on screen, it makes me feel like I want to look away, basically, because of what's he gonna do next? Like, who's he gonna kill? Who's he going to abuse? I did like the fact that they gave Salma Hayek's character kind of more of a background rather than, oh, she's just a drug dealer, she's just a drug queenpin. She's got her daughter, she's trying to establish a relationship with her daughter, it's not working very well. And this is where you've got scenes with her and Blake Lively's character, kind of where you can see how lonely she is, like how lonely that position is for her, and how she's trying to bond with Blake Lively's character, thinking, this is like the daughter she's never had, sort of thing. Right? A lot of awful things happen in this movie, a lot of backstabbings, betrayals, but I think the movie is good at what it does. It definitely requires the amount of violence that it has in it. I think without that, the movie would feel completely different. It's not an action movie per se. It's more of a, of course, it's more of a thriller. It's constantly suspenseful. It's constantly keeping you on your toes. Like you don't know what's happening next. You don't know what to expect, right? And I think it's an enjoyable ride. Now, I've not watched any other Oliver Stone movies yet, but I will do so certainly and see how they kind of compare to each other. I have heard things, of course, but oh no, I've watched Snowden. Yeah, of course. I'm going crazy. Right, I've watched Snowden, and I feel like the sort of acting, the scaling, the kind of jumping from one level to another is very similar. It's like when someone gets pissed off, they get pissed off. Do you know what I mean? Another thing I wanted to talk about is the ending. I don't, they try to do this kind of to me, it felt a bit like a Memento style ending. Um, with the kind of, the whole cinematography with the sepia filter and the way the camera was shaking and such. But then it turns out it was a fake ending, right? It was kind of like in her head, or how they imagined it might go down, if it goes down wrong. But then it still goes down in not in the greatest of ways, right? But I suppose it's better than what it was. I mean, I don't know. People are divided on this. Like, some people prefer the original one, where basically everyone dies, uh, as opposed to the other one where there's no comeuppance for Lado, for Benicio del Toro's character, and that can feel, it can feel like you're cheated a little bit. I think to keep in line with the reality aspect of the movie. Sometimes in real life that is what happens. But there's a lot of assholes, unfortunately, don't get their comeuppance. They get away with it, and that's sad. That's awful. But perhaps that's sometimes what this type of film would aim to reproduce. Well, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, and share. Maybe comment. That's it from me. I'm out.